Picture this: a file, no bigger than a text document, passed hand to hand across forums, encrypted messaging apps, and the darkest corners of the web 11 million times and counting. And here's the strange part. Almost nobody who opens it says a single word about what's inside. Not "it's fake," not "it's a virus," not "it's nothing." Just silence. Screenshots warning you in all caps: do not open, do not run it, delete on sight. So naturally, you want to know, what is actually in that file? And the answer is going to surprise you, because it's not what you think, and it's honestly weirder. Let's start with what people claim. Depending on which corner of the internet you ask, the file is supposedly a corrupted video that shows something that breaks your mind. Or it's a self-replicating program that quietly rewrites your hard drive into gibberish. Or it's a message from an AI that got loose and is begging to be found. Every version has the same shape, mysterious origin, no verified source, a trail of people who supposedly opened it and went quiet. It reads like a ghost story. And that's actually the first real clue, because ghost stories don't need evidence to spread. They just need one thing: a warning juicy enough that repeating it feels like protecting someone. Now, here's where it gets genuinely interesting, because files like this aren't new, and some of them are very real, just not in the way the legend tells it. Back in 2004, security researchers created something called the EICAR test file. It's a tiny piece of text, completely harmless, that antivirus software is programmed to treat as a virus on sight. Why? So companies could test their security systems without using an actual weapon. But here's the twist: because it triggers every alarm in the building, people who don't know what it is assume they've stumbled onto something forbidden. A perfectly safe file, treated like a monster, purely because of how the system reacts to it. Then there are zip bombs. These are real, and they're kind of beautiful in a horrifying way. Imagine a file that's only a few hundred kilobytes, looks like nothing. You could email it. But the second you try to unzip it, it expands, not into megabytes, into petabytes. Layer after layer of compressed data unpacking inside itself like a Russian nesting doll built by a sadist, until your computer's memory chokes and the whole system grinds to a halt. That's not fiction. That's a documented working technique, and it's exactly the kind of thing that turns into a legend, because the experience of opening one genuinely feels like your machine is dying in front of you. And then there's the part of this story that has nothing to do with code at all, and everything to do with you. Because the real payload in the file everyone's afraid to open isn't malware. It's curiosity. Every warning screenshot, every hushed comment thread, every "I opened it and I regret it" post with no explanation is doing one job: making the mystery bigger than the reality could ever be. This is a documented psychological pattern called the forbidden fruit effect. The less information you're given, paired with a strong warning not to seek it, the more your brain fixates on filling in that gap. Studies on curiosity going back decades show the same result. An information gap, especially one wrapped in danger, is almost irresistible. Your brain treats unresolved mystery like an open loop it desperately needs to close. So when a file spreads 11 million times with nobody describing what's inside, ask yourself what's actually being transmitted. It's not a virus. It's not a cursed video. It's a perfectly engineered piece of bait, built entirely out of silence. Somebody, somewhere, realized that the scariest possible content is content you never actually reveal, because the human imagination will always build something worse than reality could deliver. A blank space with a warning label is more powerful than almost any actual footage, because it can't be debunked. You can't fact-check a shrug. That doesn't mean malicious files aren't real. because they absolutely are. Disguised executables, poisoned image files, macro-laced documents that quietly install something the moment you click Enable Content. These exist. They're used constantly. And the actual advice from security researchers is boringly practical. Don't run unknown executables. Don't enable macros from strangers. Keep your software updated. No forbidden knowledge required. But the legend of the file nobody describes? That's not really about hacking at all. It's about you, right now, watching a video about a mystery box because somebody built a story shaped exactly like your curiosity and let human nature do the rest. The file isn't dangerous because of what's inside it. It's dangerous because it's empty, and your brain can't stand leaving empty things unfilled.